My name is Daniel, and I'm the founder of Signal. This is our inaugural Week in Review video. This video is just intended to be a basic review of our week, pull a few of the main things that happened to us in the week that are worth reviewing, going over and refining something from it, or saying that, I want to do this more to make ourselves better. So this idea for me was based on and stolen from Dave Castro in the CrossFit world. He posts a week in review video every week. His video is intended to grow an audience. It's intended to be honest and forthcoming with the steps and progress in his life and CrossFit and HQ's life. And that's something that I want to emulate. And I believe that the foundation of good leadership is self-improvement, and by reviewing and putting yourself out there, you lead yourself to a place where you don't have any choice. So that is why we're doing this. The process of this is going to be probably changing over the course of Signal's growth trajectory. But we're going to start with this and see where it takes us. So what I'd like to do is start every episode with a quote, something that's maybe a little inspirational or guiding. So this week is the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step and the courage to keep stepping. Next thing that I want to talk about, and I'll leave the quote up to everybody to interpret and think about in their own life and their own journey and apply it how they want. I'm not going to do anything about what it means to me or anything like that. So this week, one of the biggest things that I found important to talk about is finding the time to do everything in a busy life. And I go back to a few books that I read. One was Nick Bare's new book that just came out recently. He talked about if it's something that's important to you and it means a lot to you, you will find the time. And that includes waking up early in the morning and doing the things that are important in your life, whether it be exercise, building a business, or whatever else, whatever other things you're doing in your life, whatever journey you're on. And Essentialism, which is another book that I read that I really liked, and it's about eliminating all the noise from your life, removing the things that take up a lot of time or take up time and aren't really producing anything for you in return. So it's with limited time, you have to only focus on the things that are essential and remove everything else. So one of the things that has made a big impact on me is the early alarm clock, getting up at 5. Coming down to the basement, working on Signal, getting some things off the checklist before the family and the children wake up, which allows me to be more present with them, and then getting my workout in, or at least starting my workout before they wake up again, so I can be focused and actually put the time into it and not be worrying about chasing a kid who might be going towards the road, or one of them asking for a toy, which is no big deal in the grand scheme of things, but I can just focus on my workout and get a good workout in and then move on with my day. Be able to take the kids, let my wife get in a good workout, which sets her day up for success. So there's some teamwork there too. So Essentialism, really just focus on removing everything, scrolling on social media, whatever it is in your life that you're doing that doesn't really give you the return on your investment. Remove it and focus on the big staple things, put time and focus into those things, and you're gonna get a big return from that. So I think that's an important one to go over. The next one I wanted to talk about is having realistic and intentional goals to fuel you. So one example of an issue I had this week was in 2 workouts in the morning. I found getting into a groove and really getting my heart rate up and getting focused and really pushing the workout. So I got in what felt to me like a really great workout to be challenging, and part of my daily review is the journal, Resistance versus Discipline, which we'll talk about more, is identifying every day where resistance came up in your day, why it came up, why it was there, and dissecting it. How can the most disciplined version of you push through that? And I realized that it's important to be on the right workout plan for your goals, which I've always known, but I realized the last few days that I am not on that right track right now. So I have to focus this week on picking what I want to do. I'm kind of in between. I don't know if I want to train for a marathon, or if I want to strength train, or if I want to do some hybrid of those things, or what. I'm kind of in the middle, or if I want to like do some intense rucking and distance stuff. I can do a lot of that. I can do multiple things, but I have to pick a track because I want to do all these things. I have these big goals, so I have to just decide which one I want to do first and start working towards that, instead of leaving it open for interpretation to myself and then doing workouts that I don't feel motivated by. That's just on me and nobody else, and it's impacting my ability to grow in fitness. So for everybody else, you know, no matter where you're at in your journey, I think it's important to pick something that is you feel passionate about right now and have a goal, and go from there. And the last thing I want to talk about is the learning curve that comes along with adapting something new. So Signal is in its baby stages. We're just getting started, just getting things set up to the point where we can make videos, edit some stuff, build some content, get a website up and running. And I'm realizing along the way that, you know, I don't know how to do a lot of the things that I need to do in order for this to be successful. For a period of time, specifically yesterday, it was getting frustrating to me because I have sometimes limited time windows to be able to accomplish tasks. And I came down and I had a goal of something to do, and it took way longer than I anticipated because of a learning curve. I had never used a Rode wireless mic. I'd never used a wireless mic ever. I didn't know how to set it up. I didn't know how to attach it to a camera. I didn't know how to put it to my phone. I didn't know how the audio and video paired. I had to watch a bunch of YouTube videos. I had to take a bunch of practice videos before I was able to have a working prototype for edit. And something that in my head I envisioned would take maybe 20-30 minutes to just get something simple out to see if different parts of the process are working efficiently for right now. It took a couple hours. And also, you know, in the grand scheme of things, not a lot of time, but I was frustrated that why can't I just like plug this in and go? But that's obviously not how technology in the world works. And my wife gave me a good reminder of, you know, part of this journey that we're on building Signal isn't about just like doing this one thing and moving on and putting out something quick. The whole point is that you take accountability for the things that you're doing, you're disciplined in the actions that you take, you enjoy the learning curve, especially when dealing with new stuff. And that really was what I needed to hear in the moment. It calmed me, and I then enjoyed the time and the process that came along with setting this stuff up and getting it working. And it really was important for me to hear that at the time, and it's just a good reminder to everybody that embrace the learning curve and new activities, and use them to your advantage to grow and adapt, and you come out the other side knowing how to do more and being better and stronger. The next part of this I want to move on to is my specific intentions for next week. So some few things that I want to hold myself accountable to publicly to make sure I decide on and discuss in next week's video. One of those things is making a decision on a training track. So as I talked about, it was a challenge in my week. It gave me resistance in my workouts, and it impacted the things that I did throughout the various days. So I need to really think about what I want to do for training and pick a training track so I can get started and enjoy the workouts that I do in the morning and the time that I have to myself. Number two is to get the Signal website up and running. I don't know why I have a little bit of a block, but I'm having a hard time executing in hiring the person that needs to be hired to build out the website for me. Some of that I can do on my own, but most of it is a little bit beyond me, and I'd like a landing page and a couple things up just so we can get started, and I just need to execute on that. There's no reason for me to drag my feet in. It's an important part of the process moving forward in order for us to continue building what we're building. So those are two of the main things that I want to be held accountable for this week. My challenge for you guys, anybody listening, any viewers, would be what challenged you this week? What things came up into your life that showed you resistance that you want to work on in your life? And what are your intentions for next week? What's 1, 2, 3 things that you've been saying you want to do that you didn't execute on, or that you have the intention of doing that you just haven't gotten around to yet, specifically for next week, that you can take the first steps in doing? Let us know what those are, and we can discuss them. And then leave a comment or a question down below, and we'll pick one for next week's episode to answer in the video. All right, thanks everyone for watching this week, and remember, this is your signal.